Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to our class again. Yesterday we were doing section formula, so it's going to continue. This is the section formula or ratio formula. We have a line segment AB, which is formed when point A and B are joined with coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2. It is point P who is doing the division or making the section. It has a particular coordinate xy, and the ratio into which it is being divided is m is to n. The formula is this one. Now, yesterday we did a few questions. We will continue where it was left yesterday. Last day, in the last question, we did how to get ratio, and for that, these kind of 2 points were there, who were x1, y1, x2, y2, and the point P was fully given, means x and y both were known. And I had shown that to find m is to n, both x and y are not required. I did both of them, but actually they are not required. That is just to verify that whether you take x or y, it is not going to make any difference. Slight change today. We have a line segment which is obtained when these two coordinates are joined. It is divided by the x-axis. So here is the x-axis. It is dividing a line segment. So suppose the line segment is this one. This is A, this is B with coordinates 2, minus 3. We don't really need to show them in their respective quadrants, not at all. So this is the line segment AB, and this is the x-axis. This x-axis is intersecting the line segment AB at a point. Suppose it is B, its coordinate. We know that x-axis is of the type x, 0. And the two parts are AP and PB, who are M and N. We are asked to get M is to N equal to how much. The formula will remain the same, and the concept also is going to remain the same. You don't need to do 2 times. Yesterday we had the option because point P, x was known, y was known, so you had the freedom to start with any one of them. But try to see here, for the point P, who is dividing AB into 2 parts in the ratio m is to n, its coordinate is x0, where x is unknown. Who is known? Y in the form of 0. So as we have to get m is to n, we cannot take a third unknown quantity. That is why we can't start with x here. We have to start with y only. So let us start with y. This is x and this is y. So we are going only for y. Y is equal to my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Who is y equal to? 0. In fact, first we should write let the point on x-axis be P, and x-axis is always of this type, x, 0. So we are starting with y. M is unknown into y2, x1, y1, x2, y2. So who is y2? 6 plus n unknown into y1 minus 3 divided by m plus n. Here 0 means 0 by 1. If you cross multiply, 0 into m plus n will be 0 only, and 1 into anything is itself. So m into 6, 6m, n into minus 3, minus 3n. So what we find is 6m minus 3n equal to 0. From there, 6m is equal to 3n. What does 6m mean? 6 multiplied by m. Similarly, here also it is 3 multiplied by n. But what is our aim? Is to get m is to n. That is m divided by n. So as n is taken to the left hand side, so 3 will continue to remain there, and this 6 will go to the right side. It is multiplied, so will become divided. 3 and 6 will cancel by 1 and 2. So your answer for the first part of the question is m is to n equal to 1 is to 2. That means the x-axis is dividing AB in the ratio 1 is to 2. We have got answer till here. Because there is a second part, so we also have to do that now. What is second part? Also find the coordinates of the point of division. we have to get the coordinate of that point who is dividing AB. Who is that point here? It is point P. So we have to get the coordinates of P. What is the meaning of coordinate? X and Y values. Here Y is already known, so we don't have to get Y. Now we have to get actually is X. The formula for X is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Now in this part, m is to n has been found. That's why there will be no problem in getting x. For m, it is 1 into x2 is 5. n is 2 into x1 is 2 divided by m plus n, that is 1 plus 2. If you look at the numerator, 1 into 5 is 5, 2 into 2 is 4. If added is 9. And what is 9 by 3? It is 3. So whose value is 3? X. But what is the question asking for? To get the coordinate. So at last, therefore, the point, that is the coordinate of the point of division or intersection, the point of division is P equal x0, that is 3, 0. So we found two things here. One, first, what is the ratio? And second, the point who is dividing the line segment in that ratio, what is its coordinates? In this particular case, the point who was dividing the line segment belonged to the x-axis. In our next question today, it will be very much same, but the only change will be in the form of x to y. So in what ratio does the y-axis divide the line segment joining points -4, 5 and 3, -7. 3, -7. And second part remains same. Also find the coordinates of the point of division. So the only change has come in the form of x-axis into y-axis. So like x-axis, there is a fixed coordinate. Similarly, when we started this chapter, on the very first day, I told that there are certain things that you will be carrying from last year. And this is one of them which we did. And the next one is what we are going to do now. So we have again a line segment AB, coordinates -4, 5 and 3, -7. Who is dividing this line segment into two parts? It is the y-axis. Because of this y-axis, the line segment AB is now divided into two parts. One is AP, what we call as M, other part is PB, is N. That is what we have to get. Where is the point P? On the y-axis. It is also on AB. This is what I was talking about, that any point on the y-axis should be always of this form. So we'll start from there. Let the point on y-axis be P, and what should be its coordinate? 0, y. That means for the point P, who is known out of x and y? It is x. And that is why we have to start from x only. Because m unknown, n unknown, y unknown cannot be done. So let's start from x. What is x equal to? This first part. That is mx2 plus mx1 by m plus n. Now let us substitute their values one by one. For x, write 0, m unknown, x2 is 3 plus n unknown x1 is minus 4 divided by m plus n. Here nothing means 1 is there. If you cross multiply, 0 into m plus n will be 0 only, and 1 into this numerator will remain itself, where m into 3a is 3m and n into minus 4 is minus 4n. As we have to get m is to n, so we have to write them in two different sides of equal sign. 3m means 3 into m, 4n means 4 into n. We need m by n. So that will be how much? 4 by 3, because 3 is going that side. So our first part's answer is m is to n equal to 4 is to 3. The figure do not justify that, but we do not know at the time of starting that which part is going to be more, the first or second. So that is not an issue. So we have got the answer to the first part. Second part is again like the last question. Also find the coordinates of the point of division. That is, in the second part, we are asked to get the coordinates of P. What is the meaning of coordinate? Value of x and y. But here x is already known, so we don't have to get it. What we have to get now is y. Formula for y is this second one, my2 plus my1 by m plus n. M is 4, n is 3. M into y2. Who is y2? Minus 7. N into y1. Who is that? 5. Divided by m plus n. So 4 plus 3. 4 into minus 7, minus 28. 3 into 5, 15. Divided by 7. Minus 28 plus 15 is minus 13 and divided by 7. We will not finish here because at last our objective is to get the coordinate. So at last, therefore, the point of division means the coordinates of the point of division. We have called it as P. What was coordinate? 0y. So 0 comma y is minus 13 by 7. So these are two identical type of sums where in one of the case the line segment was divided by the x-axis, whereas in the other one the same thing was done by the y-axis. And last day we had seen another question where in place of the point being on the x-axis or y-axis, directly the complete coordinate of the point was given, that is both x and y. Although we saw today that in last day also I had shown that for ratio we do not need x and y both. Any one of them will be sufficient. Here we have no choice. When the point is on the x-axis, we always have to start with y, value of y, and if it belongs to y-axis, we always have to start with x. Let's take one more today. If point C, whose coordinate is minus 1 and 2, divide the line segment joining means joining points A 2, 5 and B, that means B is unknown, in the ratio 3 is to 4, then find B, means find the coordinates of B. So till now we have done two type of question. In one type of question, the point A was given, B was given and ratio was given. We were asked to get the point P. Question number 1 and 2, the other day were like that. Second type of question, point A was known, B was known, and P was either fully or partially known. And you was asked to get the ratio. Last day we did one such question and today we did 2. The third type of question now is same formula. The ratio will be given. This point P means this point P is coded will be given. And out of A and B, one will be known, one will be unknown. So we are going into the third and the last type of question here. So suppose point A is 2, 5. We generally call it x1, y1. B is unknown. We generally call it as x2, y2. Point C here, that is P. So C, P, no matter. This is minus 1, 2. That actually is x, y. And the division is M is to N. And that is given to be 3 is to 4. We are asked to get the value of x2 and y2. That is the coordinate of B. We will apply the same formula only. It will be better if we do here x and y separately. X, because we have to do cross multiply. X is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and y is my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Now we will start putting the values one by one. Who is x? These all. This is x1, y1. This is already x2, y2. And this is x and y. So in place of x, what to write? Minus 1 equal to m 3 into x2 unknown plus n 4 into x1 2 by m plus n. Same way here. Sorry, y. How much is y equal to? 2 equal to m 3 into y2 unknown plus n 4 into y1 5 divided by 3 plus 4. Now we'll simplify. Here nothing means 1 is there. So if you multiply with 1, you will find that it will be itself. So 3 into x2, 3x2 plus 4 into 2, 8. And here 3 plus 4 is 7. When you multiply that to minus 1, it will become minus 7. So 3x2 will be, take plus 8 that side, it will become minus 8. And minus 7 minus 8 will become minus 15. If 3x2 is minus 15, x2 will be minus 15 by 3, that is minus 5. Same way this side, if you cross multiply, here there is a 1, 3 into y2, 3y2, 4 into 5, 20. 3 plus 4, 7, multiplied to 2 is 14. Our aim is to get y2, so let it be there in the left side. 20 will go there. It is plus, will become minus, and 14 minus 20 is minus 6. What is y2 therefore? Minus 6 by 3, that is minus 2. x2 and y2 are found, that means now we can say at last, therefore, the coordinate of B is x2, that is minus 5, and y2, that is minus 2. So 3 type of question could be asked here, although the formula is not going to change. I will take a couple of more questions, and today this concept of section formula will be over. Now let's move to question number 4 of today. If A minus 2 minus 1. B A comma 0. C 4 comma B. And D 1 comma 2 are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order. So they are the consecutive vertices. We are asked to get the value of A and B. So suppose this is a parallelogram ABCD. A is minus 2 minus 1. B is A0. C is 4 comma B. And D is 1, 2. We have to get the value of the unknown variable A and B. Now this question can be asked in two different ways. Right now what we observe, that out of these four, 2 points are completely known. That is, both X and Y are known. Whereas the remaining 2 points, in one place X is unknown, in the other place Y is unknown. How it can be asked in a different way? You will see that out of the 4, 3 will be completely known. That is x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, all will be known. In the fourth point, X and Y both will be unknown. The procedure, the rule, what we are going to do now is going to apply even in that type of sum. If 3 points are fully known, fourth is unknown. There are two different ways how this question can be done. The first one is by using distance formula. What you will do there? Applying distance formula, you have to get 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, not over. After that, these two are equal, so you have to equate them. You will get an equation. These two are equal, you have to get an equation. And those equations will not be linear, they will be quadratic. So solution won't be that easy. That is why avoid distance formula. We will apply a property of parallelogram here for the solution, and that will make it very simple. These are the diagonals of a parallelogram. Suppose they are meeting each other at the point O. So O must be having some coordinate, say X and Y. We will not get X and Y's value, but it is X and Y only who will help us in getting the value of A and B. Regarding the parallelogram, its diagonals have a property. What is that? The diagonals bisect each other. So OA is equal to OC, and similarly OB is equal to OD. Means, who is O? It is the midpoint. Whose midpoint? Of AC as well as BD. And if you recall, the same ratio formula, but when it is midpoint, then you don't need to apply these laws. In our case, the point is O, so I'm writing O. How to get midpoint? Very easily. X1 plus X2 by 2 and Y1 plus Y2 by 2. So today we are going to apply this formula for this question. We have to start with the property that we know this thing, that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Means what? That is O, which we assume to be XY, is midpoint. Whose midpoint? Of AC as well as BD. So we are applying now midpoint formula 2 times. Once taking O as the midpoint of AC, then second time as BD. So first we are taking AC. Taking AC means taking O as the midpoint of AC. Then how to get X and Y? X formula is x1 plus x2 by 2 and y is y1 plus y2 by 2. Right now we have taken X to be the midpoint of AC. So out of A and C, one will act as x1, y1, the other will act as x2, y2. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So what is formula? x1, that is minus 2, plus x2, that is 4, divided by 2. This is x. And what will be y? y1, that is minus 1, y2, that is b by 2. This cannot be simplified, but this can be. Although if you do not do, then also no problem. Minus 2 plus 4 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. This will remain itself. So we found that x is equal to 1. We might have got x, but it is not that our main objective is that. It is just that this will help us in getting A and B. This is by taking AC. But O is not only the midpoint of AC, it is also midpoint of BD. So once again, we are going to apply the same formula. It is just that we are not going to write it again. But from AC, now we have to move on to BD or DB. You can take any one. This is x1, y1, and this will be x2, y2. Or this is x1, y1, so that will be x2, y2. So let us write it. X equal to x1, that is A plus 1 upon 2, and y equal to y1, that is 0 plus 2 by 2. 0 plus 2 is 2, by 2 is 1. We have got this thing, we have got this thing. Who are these both? The left hand sides are equal. This is value of x, this is also value of x. Means what? These two should be equal. So from these two we can say that a plus 1 by 2 should be equal to 1, that is 1 by 1. If cross multiplied, a plus 1 is 2. So a will be 2 minus 1, that is 1. Same way, this is value of y, this is also value of y. That means 1 should be equal to minus 1 plus b by 2. Here nothing means 1 is there. If you cross multiply, minus 1 plus b will be equal to 2. So b is equal to 3. So we got the value of a and b. It will be much more easier and shorter than the distance formula. Distance formula will make it extremely lengthy. So do not ever try for that. So what you did here is, first we join the diagonals. Let the point of intersection be O. It has got a coordinate. Suppose it is xy. We know the property of diagonal of a parallelogram, that they bisect each other. That means O is the midpoint. If it is midpoint, it is midpoint of both AC and BD. And we have applied the midpoint formula 2 times. Once taking it as midpoint of AC, second time as BD. And then we have equated the values of it. Here we got x equal to this thing, here we got x equal to this thing. So these two are equal. Here we got y equal to this thing, here we got y equal to 1. So these two are equated, and that resulted in the value of x and y. Now let us see one more, in fact the last question on this concept today. And from tomorrow we are going to start another topic of the same chapter. So section formula questions are getting over today. You can try the exercise 7.2 from your textbook using these all rules which we have covered yesterday and today. Now, last question of today. Question number 5. Find the coordinates of the points which divide the line segment joining A minus 8 and B 4, 12 into 4 equal parts. You have done line segment with one point dividing into two parts. Yesterday we also saw trisection, that is a line segment divided into 3 equal parts. Today it is 4 equal parts. If 2 parts, you need only 1 point. If 3 parts, you need 2 points. And if you need 4 parts, 4 equal parts of course here, then you need 3 points. So how to do it? First, let us take a line segment. Suppose it is AB. The coordinates given are minus 8, 8 and 4, 12. It is being divided into 4 equal parts. So who can do it? 3 points. Suppose one of the point is P, whose coordinate is XY. Second point is Q. Suppose we are taking it as small AB. Coordinate should be always in small letters. And suppose the third point is R. Its coordinate is C, D. So we have to get P, that is value of XY, then Q, that is value of AB, and lastly R, that is C and D. So we have to definitely apply the section formula. What is given to you? That these 4 parts are equal. AQ, QP, PR and RB. These all 4 parts are equal. You cannot find all the 3 at a time. You have to do one by one. If you are doing Q, you have to forget P and R. Suppose you are doing Q. If these all parts are equal and suppose you are taking them to equal to 1, then this is 1, 1, 1, 1. So if I take Q only, then I have to forget P and R. That means the line segment AB, because of Q, now will be divided into 2 parts. One part is A to Q, which is 1. Other part is Q to B, which has 3 parts itself. So that will make it 3. 1 is to 3. Similarly, if you take this one, it will be 3 is to 1. But the best way will be not to apply this formula, rather apply the midpoint formula. How it is? Let us take P first. If you take P, then this side is 1 plus 1, so 2. This side also 1 plus 1, so 2. And what is ratio of 2 is to 2? 1 is to 1. And 1 is to 1 means always midpoint. So here, the coordinate of P can be found by using midpoint formula. Whose midpoint is it? It is of AB. So we will start the midpoint formula. And all the 3 will be found by midpoint formula. But for that, you first have to get P. So P is midpoint of AB. Therefore, if you apply the midpoint formula written at last there, so this one we will write once, x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. It is midpoint of AB, so point A will act as x1, y1, B as x2, y2. So minus 8 plus 4 by 2 and 8 plus 12 by 2. Minus 8 plus 4 is minus 4, divided by 2 is minus 2. And 8 plus 12 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. So point P has been found. So point P is found. Now forget this side R and B both. Just focus till AP. In AP, there is a point Q in the middle such that AQ equal to QP. It is given. So that means who is Q? Midpoint. But whose midpoint? Of A, B. So once again we will apply the same formula. X1, Y1 will remain same. But who is shown here as XY in the formula, it will act as X2, Y2. So next is Q is also midpoint. But whose midpoint this is? Of AP. Q is midpoint of AP. Therefore, Q, whose coordinate is AB, will be same formula. So we are not writing. This is X1, Y1. This is X2, Y2. So minus 8 plus minus 2 by 2 and 8 plus 10 by 2. Minus 8 minus 2 is minus 10, divided by 2 is minus 5. And 8 plus 10 is 18, divided by 2 is 9. So after P, we also got Q. Now R. While taking R, forget the left side. Only focus on PB. For PB, inside that there is a point R such that PR equal to RB. That means who is R? Again midpoint. R coordinate CD is midpoint. Whose midpoint? Of PB. For PB, midpoint is R. That means we are again going to apply the midpoint formula. This time out of P and B, one will act as X1, Y1, other as X2, Y2. So R, CD, X1 minus 2, X2, 4 divided by 2, 10 plus 12 divided by 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, divided by 2 is 1, 10 plus 12 is 22, divided by 2 is 11. So we got coordinate of R also. So at last, the points are P minus 2, 10, Q minus 5, 9, and R 1, 11. So I hope after doing this, you will be able to do, if not all, at least a few questions of the exercise 7.2. Almost all type of question I have covered. Now it is your turn, do some practice. This finishes the section formula, that is ratio formula. Tomorrow you will do the third one, which is called as area formula, area of triangle. Till now, any formula that you have applied for area of triangle was always based on side, be it formula for equilateral triangle or Heron's formula or whatever. For the first time tomorrow, we will find area of a triangle using its vertices. Of course, there will be a third formula also coming up. So till tomorrow, bye children, and take good care of yourself. Thank you very much.